Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. Considering the decade, it is amazing that Dave's father is so accommodating to a son that is gay. Of course, as Dave mentioned, his father wasn't the most moral either. One thing I see all too often, however, is people not being self aware enough not to judge others, even though you do much the same things yourself. The father makes it clear he doesn't consider Dave's sexuality nothing more than a phase, and he still didn't demand obedience. He continued to see his child as a child, and not a pet you can discipline and force to do as told. Some adults can struggle and yet reach heights that the most morally superior person can never reach because he is aware he has faults, and people that are self aware are not always morally superior. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.